Hello YouTube, HomeTheaterJoe here, and as usual, I hope y'all are happy, healthy, and doing well. Had a little fun this morning with the Daily Hi-Fi guys. Love their work. Hopefully I'll get a chance to call in with them later. But I want to be serious real quick about the whole discussion. AVRs versus separates or pre-pros. And I can do it very quickly. I'll just say it now. The simple answer, easy answer for me is that separates or processors will always beat AVRs. That's it. Now, I can give you anecdotal evidence and I can give you maybe some technical reasons for that. So let's start by saying I think the biggest difference between these two machines, an AVR and a processor, is internal versus external amplification. That's a huge difference. And of course, we move to the more subjective side of things when we start to talk about channel separation and clarity. So let's talk a little bit about the anecdotal evidence. And to my ear, what my ear has taught me over the last several months since late January of this year, when I switched and put the Basics MC1 13.2 channel home cinema processor in my system as opposed to an AVR, and watched source material that I'd seen dozens of times before, go to films, what have you, demo that material, and was amazed at the channel separation. Not only that, but more importantly, the sounds that I had never heard before. And there may be several reasons why I never heard this audio from the source material before the MC1. However, it is my contention and just my speculation that the reason I had never heard these sounds before that were clear as day now was because of the processing of the MC1. And if I could give a technical reason for that, which I can't because that's not what I do, that's not my area of expertise, but if I were to take a stab in the dark here, what I would say is, again, like I said a moment ago, the difference really is between internal versus external amplification. And I know that that may turn a lot of people off, and a lot of people may say, listen, I don't want to have to buy an AVR and external amplification. Fair enough. Then don't. You shouldn't have to, and you don't have to. I'm a budget guy. I built a budget theater. I'm going to build a second home theater here, as you see in my backdrop. It's going to be a budget theater. I am not buying Trenoffs. I am not buying, Marantz 8805s or whatever. I'm not buying $5,000 AVRs, whatever. I already have an MC1, $1,000 retail, $9.99 USD. I have the external amplification provided for 9 channels. We're going to have to up that, though, to 11 at some point. But whatever. We'll get there. My point is, I'm never going to build a lavish, custom, expensive home theater because I just don't have that money. Which also lends itself to the anecdotal side of the evidence. I think to myself, wow, this cost me $9.99 USD. And I believe that I am hearing things in source material I've never heard before. It must be the equipment. I also believe channel separation is a thing. And of course, that is the most subjective of territories that we can cross into while talking about AVRs versus pre-pros. However, it's a thing. That's why a lot of people, when they're discussing pre-processors or separates, they say, wow, yeah, that channel separation, that's pretty good. That's because it is. Now, when we get into separates and external amplification, we also cross into the inevitable territory of hissing, humming, crackling, popping. Oh, yeah, all that's a thing. So, I think I may have mentioned this before in one of my streams, but if you think you can just go out here and spend X amount of dollars on the most expensive equipment and never have an issue, you might be mistaken. You might not be, but I wouldn't take that chance. I'm a big believer in dedicated circuits, dedicated power supply to your home theater, to the speakers, receivers, AVRs, processors, whatever you have. They need to be on their own separate circuits. They don't need to be tied in with the rest of your home. That's just an opinion, but that's one of the ways that you can crack down. So I'm trying to say probably the positives and the negatives of separates, but what I will say in conclusion and to wrap this up is separates are always going to win. For me, that's my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. What I would like to know then is, how y'all feel about that. So, please, if you could do so, you could put separates or pre-pros, separates or AVRs. Tell us why in the comment section. If you have any comments, good, bad, or indifferent. Sorry, it's been a while, y'all. You go ahead and put them right down there. We really would like to know. Comments, they are greatly encouraged, greatly appreciated. Information sharing is kind of what we want to do around here in this community. All right. I think we can go ahead and wrap a bow on this one. As always, thank you all for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom.